On this story now, let's cross live to Washington, D.C., where we're joined by Robert Weiner, former drugs policy spokesman for the White House. Hello to you, sir. So what do you think of the Obama administration's efforts to suppress the drugs trade in Afghanistan so far?
Well, hi, Rory, and thank you for having me on RTTV, Russia Today. I was distressed and was present at the news conference with President Obama and President Karzai last month, and I could not believe that they did not mention the word drugs in the news conference, even though Afghanistan is the world's #1 supplier of opium and heroin, which, as you've pointed out, has killed 1 million people and kills 30,000 Russians every day. So congratulations to Russia and to Moscow for hosting this worldwide conference to bring attention to the need to have a worldwide international plan to confront the heroin crisis, which funds al-Qaeda and helps create the terrorists who are out to kill all of us.
OK, Mr. Weiner, so we had our conference today in Moscow with these anti-narcotic professionals and experts doing analysis.
Right.
But let's talk about what kind of steps need to be taken to solve the problem. So they met today, but what kind of ideas do we need here?
Well, we need some bold vision. Just as the United States, through 4-star General Barry McCaffrey, created a Plan Colombia, which cut the cocaine in Colombia by half, we need, and the Merida Initiative, which has helped Mexico eradicate more drugs than any nation on earth, we need a plan Afghanistan. So I would hope that President Medvedev and Prime Minister Putin would call President Obama and ask to join together in a plan Afghanistan to eradicate the drugs, the opium, in Afghanistan. Right now, the U.S. military has said that it would destabilize the economy of Afghanistan if you eradicate the drugs. What a huge mistake. 4-star General McCaffrey has said we will not win this war until we eradicate the drugs and stop the ability of al-Qaeda to fund the terrorists and to be the terrorists. So we have got to have a plan Afghanistan which eradicates the opium in Afghanistan, and the world community can come together and do that. And I think a call from the leadership of Russia to the leadership of the United States could make a big difference. But President Obama has got to take the reins from the Department of Defense and order them. This has to be an order from the commander-in-chief, because the military doesn't want to do it. They don't think it's their mission.
All right, so let's talk about trustworthy partnerships. President Karzai is often accused of being linked with the drugs world, through his brother, for instance. Do you think that Hamid Karzai is the man to work with on counter-narcotics efforts?
Well, I'm always amazed. It takes you guys 6 weeks in your training, and then you send someone and they're loyal to Russia and they fight and do things. It takes the United States 6 weeks in boot camp, and our guys go out and they will kill for their country. We will do whatever's necessary. But it takes this training forever in Iraq, forever in Afghanistan. We say it takes years and years. It doesn't take training, it takes loyalty. So no, I do not trust Karzai. I think there is linkage through his brother to the drug trade. I think the economy of Afghanistan is built as a narco state, which is based on the opium economy, and which has gone tenfold since 9/11. So I think we have got to do this on our own. I think it has to be the countries of the world that believe that we have to stop terrorism by stopping the funding, by eradicating the drugs, and building an alternate economy through other crops. And Hillary Clinton has started that will make this happen. But I do not trust Karzai on his own to do it.
Now, Moscow accuses the U.S. of being too soft on drugs in Afghanistan. Is this just criticism, perhaps, in your view?
No, there is no plan Afghanistan. It's the United States military's policy not to eradicate the drugs, but to go after the financiers from the top down. That's so unmeasurable and so nebulous, and it doesn't really get at the root of the problem. If you have fewer drug fields, as you do in Colombia and Mexico, you can measure it through aerial surveillance. You can see the results. But going after the financiers is just, and actually Ambassador Holbrooke has said he doesn't want to go after the fields themselves. It's a huge mistake.
So you have mentioned a couple of the implications if the narcotics war is not won. But if the drugs problem continues to be pushed under the carpet, talk to me more about long-term consequences here.
Well, it's a disaster. We are harboring, if bin Laden's alive, bin Laden. We're harboring the leaders of al-Qaeda. They have the money to do their whole worldwide communications. Al-Qaeda is now in 60 countries. And as we know, they go after everybody in every which country. They just want to make message and kill for their jihad causes. So it's a real problem. It's a direct cause and effect. If we do not stop the opportunity of the terrorists from making money through drugs, they will continue to harass, haunt, and kill all over the world.
The former White House drugs policy spokesman, Robert Weiner. Thank you.
A pleasure.